Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Now I know there's a lot of new people coming into the world of precious metals and I want to say welcome. Silver stacking will change your life for the better. There's so many fundamental uses that silver brings, but I know it can be overwhelming. There's so many different types of silver out there. There's so many different ways to stack your silver, and also what makes silver so valuable compared to gold. This is the stuff we're going to be talking about in today's video. So first and foremost, I want to mention, silver stacking has intrinsic value. So it's a lot different than stock markets or cryptocurrency or real estate. There's ways that you can accumulate silver without having to really quote unquote spend your money, because silver is money, which makes it a really fun and safe asset to invest into, because yes, you're spending your dollar bills, but in return you get rewarded with a tangible coin you get to hold in your hand, but also you can trade that coin back for money because silver is valuable. Now, a lot of people starting off should be starting off with bullion coins or low premium silver. Now, what does low premium silver mean? This is coins that are close to spot price, like your generic rounds, your American Eagles, your Maple Leafs, coins like that. Maybe even some constitutional silver to switch it up. But coins just to lower your dollar per cost average, meaning the overall cost per ounce of your stack, stay as close to spot price as possible. And this will allow you to accumulate a lot of silver faster because you're getting the cheapest type of silver, which means you can buy more, especially with prices low right now. But also it's protecting yourself from making risky purchases. Now, high premium silver can be extremely risky for several different reasons, and the main reason is that if the premium on that coin, or if the coin gets destroyed, whether it's as simple as a milk spot or maybe a scratch or whatever the case is, you might lose all the premium of that coin. So when you go to sell it, you will have to sell it for spot price, even if you paid $20, $30, $40 over spot price. So you want to be careful with that. When you're getting into high premium silver, it should be later on in your stack, once you've already built a foundation and you're educated on, which coins are worth it or not, because not all coins are worth the money. If someone's going to pay the money to buy a coin and a mint has the ability to sell it, they're going to do it. So sometimes, just like if you go to the store to buy a pair of shoes, there's going to be name brand shoes that are just as good as your normal shoes that you can get from Walmart, but since people are willing to pay for it, they're going to sell it. There's going to be a market for it. So you want to be careful with your silver stacking journey, because you don't want to be buying coins like that. Now, I will teach you the best types of coins and why later on in this video, so stick around. But right now, let's talk about the beginners and the stacking strategies, because this is extremely important. So as a beginner, like I mentioned earlier, you want to be buying just bullion types of silver, but you want to figure out what's your game plan. What is the end result? What is your goal for stacking silver? Is it to sell 5 years down the line? Is it to sell 10 years down the line? Is it to never sell? What is it? Are you going to be a quick flipper? You want to buy some coins, wait a couple months or maybe a couple of years, and then flip them on eBay? What's your goal? And this will reflect highly on the types of silver you're going to be purchasing and how you're purchasing it, because what works for me might not work for you, because I'm selling 20 years down the line. Some people might be selling maybe 3-4 years down the line, so we're definitely going to have a different strategy and a different game plan. That's why when I make my videos and talk about this, I try to make it as open as possible, as universal as possible, so but also teaching you why I stack the way I do, so then you can reflect upon your stack, upon your strategies, and apply it to them, so then it could be as accurate but also as efficient as possible, because it is a very individual investment. Silver stacking is an extremely individual investment, which makes it really cool as well. It's not like most other investments. It's extremely fun. You'll learn a lot about patience. You'll learn about budgeting. You'll learn about the true value of a dollar. You get to learn about the economy, the history of these coins. It comes with a lot, and it's all good. So when you're in your stacking journey and you're figuring out what your time frame is, this is going to depend on what type of silver you buy, and let's talk about that. So for your more quick flippers, you want to be buying coins that appreciate fast in value, because if you're buying American Eagles, those coins aren't going to be appreciating if spot price doesn't. So you're solely basing your stack, or the value of your stack, off of the hopes that spot price goes up. And sometimes silver can be a bear market, so that's not the best strategy for you. You want to be buying coins like pandas and kookaburras and koalas, because these coins within 3-4 years can double, triple, quadruple in value. So that's going to be your strong point. But like I said, it is riskier, so you have to remember the risk versus rewards. You want to be a quick flipper, get profits quicker, but you're also making more of the risks. If you want to take it slower, like I am, buy silver just for the metal content, the intrinsic value that silver brings to the table, which I'll talk about in a second. That's where you're going to be making your longer term profits. And this is also people that see the dollar as hyperinflation or deflating because of, the collapse or the impregnation of the dollar and how oversaturated it is in the economy now. This is more of your type of situation, your type of strategy, which would be the long term. You're investing in silver for the fundamental value it has. So for your quick flippers, though, because that's the subject we're on right now, that's the topic, you're going to be buying coins like that. You want to make sure that your coins are in capsules. Make sure your coins are protected, because if not, like I said earlier, the condition's ruined. Your entire coin is ruined. You'll have to sell that $30, $40 coin for around $17. And that's going to be devastating, not only to your stack, but also you're not going to make any profits. You'll probably not even break even. So be extremely careful with that. Now, when it comes to the world of quick flipping, you also have to think about selling. Selling is extremely important, because if you do decide to sell on eBay, you have to think about how much work that's going to be. It's extremely time consuming. You have to take 5 to 6 pictures, per listing. You have to list hundreds, if not thousands of coins. You have to write out the description for each one of those coins. Think about how long that's going to take. That's a full-time job. And a lot of people don't have time to do this. So if you are going to be quick flipping, make sure you understand what, the task you're bringing on yourself in the future. Now, there is an alternative or a strategy, a tip I can give you. The best advice I could give you is, if you are going to be doing that, start listing over a period of time. Don't try to sell all of your silver at once, because that's just going to be too much of a task for you, and it'll be extremely overwhelming. So start listing maybe 5-6 coins, and then after those sell, list maybe, and over a period of a couple years, it really won't be that hard of a task as long as you break it up. But you do want to be careful with that. Selling is something I don't think enough people talk about or think about. I always think about how I'm going to sell my coins before I even buy them. If I'm on AppMex scrolling looking for some silver, I'm going to think about how easy is it going to be to sell that coin, because having a liquid stack, an easily sellable stack, is extremely important. It could be the difference between you making a lot of money and losing a lot of money. And that's something I think you really need to think about. I've made several videos specifically talking about selling on my channel, so I highly recommend you go check those out, because I do dive a lot deeper into that world. But anyways, let's talk about the long-term stackers. Now, we're investing into silver because it has intrinsic value. Silver is fundamentally used all around the globe in technology, in the industrial uses, the medical world. There's silver nanoparticles for highly advanced equipment that we're advancing in still to this day, so we'll probably need more and more uses for silver. There's colloidal silver in the medical world. There's, silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, so it performs better than any other metal. And especially back in the day, they saw silver as magical, because it could the way it exposed with the elements and it responded with elements, it seemed like it was magic, and it can purify water, and it could do several different things that normal metals couldn't. So silver was actually just as valuable as gold back in the day. It was only till recent times that we kind of put gold as this royal metal. But silver, as mentioning the previous benefits it has, it's extremely useful in the everyday world, but it's extremely undervalued as well. Because think about it, the gold to silver ratio is 83 to 1, which means it takes 83 ounces of silver to equal 1 ounce of gold. But historically, the ratios were way smaller. It comes out of the ground roughly 8 to 1, and actually the ratio is probably smaller than that, because miners aren't really focusing on silver. So silver is not much more, gold is not much more rare than silver is. Now think about that. The ratio is 83 to 1, but it comes out of the ground roughly 8 to 1, and actually less than that. So silver is extremely undervalued, or gold's extremely overvalued. But I don't think gold's too overvalued, because gold does have a lot of benefits. It's just that silver's cheap, and that's why we stack silver, is because it has much more potential. There's a lot more opportunity. There's a lot better of a chance that silver is going to appreciate up towards gold as the ratio lowers. If the gold to silver ratio does lower or start, or quote unquote normalize, this means that silver is either going to have to appreciate up to gold, or gold's going to have to depreciate down to silver. But there's a much higher chance that silver is going to appreciate, and this is why so many people stack silver instead of gold, because silver has the you know, the, I guess, the chance to actually appreciate in value, where gold, if it depreciates, there's a good chance it's going to correct. See, that's the thing, is you can use the gold to silver ratio to your advantage to either tell when markets are going to move, whether it's going to be silver moving up or down, or gold moving up or down. Now I've made specific videos on this as well. If you want to watch that, you can actually also use the gold to silver ratio to earn free gold or free silver without taking a penny out of your pocket. And this is a really cool strategy. All you have to do is transfer your gold or silver, vice versa, one for another, as the ratios fluctuate. And that could be extremely beneficial to your stacking strategy, especially if you have a smaller budget. I do want to talk about gold a little bit, though, because I know that a lot of people do want to diversify into all precious metals, and gold included. So gold can be a great investment. It's a great way to hold a large amount of wealth into a small area. You can fit hundreds of thousands of dollars of gold in a shoebox, where you can't do that with silver. There's a silver storage is something you're going to have to consider and really think about and plan, because once you start getting thousands of ounces, it's going to be hard to hide it or keep it concealed, or even just, you know, keep it around in general. So you have to think about how you're going to be storing your silver. And a great way to break up your wealth, especially if you are investing heavily into precious metals, is go the option of gold as well, and that could be something that's really beneficial to you. Besides that, though, everything else that gold brings to the table, silver pretty much does as well. I do want to talk about storage a little bit, because this is something that is going to be extremely important in your stacking journey. I use black gasket coin capsules. They're a capsule that has a black gasket around it. There's also the direct fits, and they protect my coins. Like I mentioned earlier, if the condition's lost in your coins, you'll have to sell them for spot price. So you don't want to do that. You want to buy some type of protection for your coins. Even if it comes in the coin pouch or the coin flips, you can keep them in that. I recommend the capsules, because then you can stack them easier. You can put them in the coin tubes and they fit inside there, where if you have the coin flips, it won't be able to fit inside of a capsule tube. So if you want to be organized with your silver, which I highly recommend, you know, making tubes of eagles, have a tube of maple leafs, have your tubes of pandas, it will make your life a lot easier, especially once you start accumulating more silver. If you want to easily get one of your see a specific coin, you can go grab that tube. If not, you have to dig through all your silver, and it's going to just it's just not as efficient, and efficiency can definitely be important in your silver stack. Now, I also want to talk about moisture, because milk spotting is real. Silver is a very soft metal. It's dense, but it's soft. So milk spotting, especially in high moisture areas, is common, especially with silver that's 4/9 fine silver. Most silver's 3/9 fine silver, like your American Eagles, your pandas, but maple leafs are 4/9 fine silver, which means they're more susceptible to getting milk spots. So what you want to do is get tarnish strips, get a dehumidifier, get the silica gel packs, things like that, and keep them in low moisture areas to protect them. Now, On Fire Guy's eBay page or airtights.com are some places you can go to buy your capsules, your capsule tubes, whether you want to get a dehumidifier, gloves. I recommend, if you are touching the silver with your bare hand, you wear gloves to avoid getting any type of, any type of scratching, or even just oil from your fingers on the coins. That can definitely affect the value when you go to resell those coins. So I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you do have any more questions, you can email me at silverfiend21@gmail.com. It's kind of hard to respond to all the comments. If you really do have an important question, just email me and I'll be able to respond there. silverfiend21@gmail.com. My email is also in the link in the description of this video. So I hope you guys have a better understanding on silver, why people are stacking silver, how to stack silver, especially as a beginner. I have several other tutorial type videos if you are interested, just to cover everything. I know there's a lot to learn, but I promise silver stacking will change your life for the better, and it's not as hard as people think, especially when you have channels like mine that will teach you from square one where to buy your silver from, how to buy it, which types of coins to buy, how to sell, the stacking strategies. You're going to learn a lot. And if you are finally ready to jump that gun into the world of precious metals, I welcome you. I also want to throw out one deal that I highly recommend if you're a beginner. It's the JM Bullion 10-ounce starter pack. You can get 10 ounces of silver at spot price. It's the best deal on the internet. It's only one per household, so if you are a beginner and you haven't taken advantage of that deal yet, that's definitely where you want to go. Just type in JM Bullion 10-ounce beginner starter kit or something like that. You'll get 10 ounces of silver at spot price, and that's definitely going to start you off with a good amount of silver and a great dollar per cost average. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you did find it enjoyable, educational, informational, or just entertaining. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. I appreciate you guys for tuning in this long. And this was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.